Hello boys and girls, welcome to another episode of FoulkesBrau. Today on the bench we have one of these car amplifier things, you know, these things that make it hop, from ICEPower. The guy that bought it to me to look at it is the same guy that bought the DSTV decoder, so I'm not holding my breath. But anyway, let's jump onto the bench, let's have a look at it and let's see what's wrong with it, if anything. Right, here we are on the bench, our ICEPower CIP3500 model MOSFET class AB mono max 3500 watts. Now I don't believe that's 3500 watt RMS, that'll be 3500 watt peak. Not to worry, I mean, let's see, do I have a calculator? 3005 divided by 2 root 2, yeah, so it's about 1200 watt RMS peak. So advertising is pathetic. There's really not much on this amp. Yes, I have beer again. We're actually allowed to buy beer Monday to Friday now. If we have a look on this side, basically we have our from left to right line in, low pass filter, what frequency they want to pass at, bass boost in dB 0, 6 or 12, and some more filtering, phase shifting, and the gain setting. High input, I don't know what that is. I think that's for some separate module. Sorry, I'm pushing it out the screen there. And then our line in. So really not much on this side. Line out, line in. And then our filtering, boosting, and gain, and phase shifting if you want it. On the other side, here's where we expect to see the business end of things. The heavy duty connectors. So we've got a speaker output, 2 fuses, car type fuses, blade fuses, 30 amp each, a ground connection, a remote connection for switching it on, and a positive battery connection. So first things first, let me just take this off. What I'm going to do, there's a little LED there as well. Let's, because I don't trust my mate, my little Indian friend. That's Indian with a dot, not American, because this is the second thing that he's brought to me, and he's sworn that the thing is dead. And the first time around we know that he'd blown up the power brick for it. So I think what has happened is he's had something rattle loose in his car. Anyway, let's power it up and let's see. Just a word of caution with these amplifiers. I happen to know this specific amplifier because I've worked on it before, so I'm not going to connect resistance or speakers load on the output when I power it up. Normally you would want to do that, but these amps have got protection built in, so if it doesn't detect the speaker when it powers up, it just won't power that side of the circuit. So let's get it connected up, and I'll do that offline, and then we can take it from there. Right, here we are. I've got it connected up to my bench power supply. I'm not going to show you that, you've seen it before. So our positive and negative coming in here. The output I've set to 12 volts. I'm limiting it to 1 amp. So let's put our meter to DC volts. We'll just measure there. You can see I'm reading 0 volt, yes, no, no. And we'll switch the output on 12 volts and the LED over here, surprise surprise, is not on. Let's see if I can lift this up and show you. So you can see the LED is not on, but that's because we don't have that remote switch. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move my multimeter leads. Sorry about that. I'm just going to move it over to current. DC. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. And there you can see the LED comes on when I switch the remote on. So I guess there's nothing wrong with this amplifier. So it does power on. So Nassim, this is the second time. I reckon you need to learn to check that you've got a power supply before you bring me stuff to fix. Seeing as this is so short and quick, I wonder if we should just take the cover off and have a look inside. I'm sure you want to see what's actually inside this. It's not very complex, but yeah, I think let's take the cover off. We'll have a quick squeeze at it, and then we'll end the video. Right, here we are in the amplifier. Not too difficult. You just take the back cover off, and as you can see, there's really not much to it. Here's our power supply side over here, and obviously we've got some bigger diodes down here, and I suspect that is for reverse polarity protection. So if you plug the negative and positive in the wrong way, that is there to protect you. So our power comes in some filtering circuitry, capacitors and inductors. I can't see the make. W1E, no. RG, yeah, I really can't see the make on it. Anyway, the capacitors, some nice 2200 microfarad down there. Funny enough, they, yeah, okay, rated at 25 volts. That's right, because you're putting in 12 volts. So you'll notice we have some big transistors down here, the same on that side, but that's because there's a left and right, so they are splitting the channel. The light is a bit bad here, so I can't even see what that IC is down there. I'll have to look and put it up afterwards, but I'm not sure what it is. Looks like 1A494 AP. That's what it looks like, yes. Okay, now if I move my head out the light, 1A494 AP. So what does that do? Let's have a look at the data sheet for it. I'll just call it up. Okay, of course I read like my bum, because clearly my eyes are not that great anymore. What that chip is, KIA, Kilo India Alpha 494 AP. It's a power management IC. So basically what it does is it looks after all the pulse width modulation and whatever else that we're going to need, because obviously this is DC voltage. We are going to have to get it back to an AC output for for want of a better word, an AC output for the sound as your line in, your line out. So that's obviously our power management. Will come through our toroidal transformer there, and that's what these are going to be switching, and that is going to give us our amplified sound. These big capacitors will be, I suspect, DC blocking capacitors. I don't see 4,700 microfarad, so quite big. So again, not much. These transistors will be in pairs. They will be push-pull, so one NPN, one PNP. And you can see as we start the first pair, they are small, 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 and then we get to our bigger transistors. And down here we have two identical chipsets. What are they? I'll look it upside down. I can't really see, but these will be, considering where they will be buffering and pre-amplification stages. So that's what I think that these are doing. Down here we have some pots to set the gain, phase shifter, the subsonic frequency filtering, a little switch here for your three-way switch for your boost, and then your low pass filter. Interestingly enough, there they've got another connector pre-built but nothing soldered in. So to me it looks like this board is common amongst the different model ranges. These big resistors, obviously you need them for the drive of your base of the transistors, and obviously you're putting a lot of power in there. Or what they can also be is collector balancing resistors for these big transistors. So really not much in here. All surface, not surface mount, through hole components, no surface mount that I can see. Down here, I don't know if you can see it there, then down there, a little thermistor for over temperature protection, so this will switch the power off or prevent the power from powering this if there's obviously a problem with heat in here if we're drawing too much current. Other than that, yeah, there's really not much in here. I just want to have a look what those two ICs are. If I turn it, maybe I can see. Sorry about that. So if I go and look, no, I can't. I can't see what those two ICs are, but they are identical and they will be buffering and pre-amplification stages. So it's a solid state that they're doing that in, or in a all-in-one solution. And then the power amplification, obviously through the push-pull transistor pairs. These will be matched pairs. If you are working on something like this and you do blow a transistor out of whatever gain stage, because this is multiple gain stages, you will probably need to replace every single transistor in here, and you would try and order them all from the same batch, because what can happen is the beta or gain of the transistors are not normally matched if you're using separate batches. So you will try and order out the same batch, But if you see this type of arrangement, then I wouldn't worry, because that's the point of these resistors, is for that gain or beta matching. That's why they've put these resistors in. So in all, very simple board, nothing to it. We'll set up for the closing shot. Right, there we have it, boys and girls, another non-starter. Sometimes you just get lucky, and those are the things you get to look at. When you come across something like this and you've checked the fuses, check that you're getting power on the device. If you're getting power on the device and it's not switching, and you're forced to switch and it doesn't switch, then you know you've got a problem with the device and not with your car wiring or something that's fallen out. As always, I hope you had fun. Take care. We'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.